Pop quiz. Which market is most likely to end up dominated by just a few firms? A. Farmers market stalls. B. A note sharing app used by students. Or C. Local lemonade stands. Make your pick now. We will come back to the answer once we see what gives firms real market power. In this video about why monopolies and market concentration happen, you will learn what market concentration means, why it often appears in the real world, and why economists disagree about whether it is necessarily harmful. First, let's define the big idea. Market concentration means a large share of sales is controlled by a small number of firms, or sometimes just one firm. So instead of many similar sellers competing evenly, a few firms hold most of the market power. Two major forces can push markets in that direction. One is high fixed costs. That means building the product is expensive at first, but serving one more customer is relatively cheap. The second is network effects, where a product becomes more useful as more people use it. Here is a simple example. Imagine a company creates a study app. Designing the app, hiring programmers, and building servers cost a lot upfront. But once the app exists, adding one more student usually costs very little. That cost pattern gives larger firms an advantage, because spreading those fixed costs across millions of users is easier than spreading them across a few thousand. Now add network effects. A messaging app is not very useful if only 2 people use it. But if your friends, classmates, and group projects are all there, the app becomes much more valuable. In other words, people join because others are already there, and that can pull the market toward a few dominant platforms. Here is the quick misconception fix. Concentration is not automatically bad. Bigger firms can sometimes lower average costs, invest in research, or offer products that work together smoothly. But concentration can also reduce competition, raise barriers for rivals, and give firms more power over prices, wages, or consumer choice. Let's answer the pop quiz. The best choice was B, a note-sharing app used by students. Why? Because that market can have both high fixed costs and network effects. Once the platform is built, adding users is cheap, and the platform becomes more useful when more students join. So far, we have covered what concentration is and why scale and networks can create it. Ready to lock it in? Tap the link for study guides and flashcards on this topic, so you can keep learning without missing a beat. Next, let's apply the idea to a new case. Think about ride sharing in one city. Riders want short wait times, and drivers want lots of riders. The larger platform often attracts both sides at once, which can make the biggest firms even stronger over time. A second example is school software. Once many teachers and students already use one system, other tools may be built to work with it. Support staff are trained on it, and switching becomes harder. Even if a rival product is good, the established ecosystem can make entry difficult. A common error is to call every big or popular company a monopoly. But popularity alone is not enough. A monopoly means one firm is the market. An oligopoly means a few firms dominate. And some markets still have many competitors, even if a few brands are more visible than others. Here is a quick way to analyze any market. First, define the market clearly. Second, see whether one firm or a few firms control most sales. Third, ask whether the product has high fixed costs and low extra costs per customer. Fourth, ask whether the product gets more valuable as more people use it. If the answer to those last two questions is yes, concentration becomes much more likely. Therefore, the real question is not simply, are monopolies common? It is also, when does concentration help society, and when does it go too far? In some cases, large firms can create value. In other cases, their power can limit competition, slow entry, and shift benefits away from consumers or workers. Market concentration means a few firms control a lot of the market. It often grows when fixed costs are high and network effects reward size. That can create real efficiencies, but it can also create real problems. Now that you've watched the video, let's see how much you remember. Head to the link in the description where you'll find Quizlet content made just for you.